Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Fakaha Kodash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and CT Bishops, the Great Millstone who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim, preaching this word of truth and sincerity around the four corners. Peace and salutations to the Israelite foreigners. You know, the Israelites that live amongst the heathen that look like some of those heathen. Like Elder Malcolm would be saying, this is not a black or white thing, this is an Israelite thing. So shalom to the speckled bird. And peace and salutations to the Akim and the few Aquat that listen and learn. Shalom to the true believers of the hopeful elect. Just coming back in the spirit and the theme of prophecy. And I wanted to speak about, if you haven't heard, this lady, the lady that got deleted by ICE. You know, from the looks of things, she doesn't look like a immigrant, or a migrant. She doesn't look like one of the tribes, but you never know. But to be honest, she has the looks of an Edomite lady. I got a news article dealing with the issue that I want to read for y'all. Hit a couple of precepts, and Lord's willing, this will be edifying. You know, I got a little bit of time before I gotta hit the plantations, so I'll try to throw something up there. You know, this just proves that we're in perilous times, you know. Not to mention that from what I understand, ICE is going to start going door to door to people's homes, you know, making inquisition of their legitimacy of residency to see if they're illegal or not. That goes right along with the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, where it talks about them being madmen sparing none. You know, Revelation, the 12th chapter, where the devil coming down with great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. You know, the insurrection is being made on those that fear the Lord. That's in the Apocrypha as well. So many scriptures coming up. But let me get to the article. Salakia. Now, it is from CNN. I got this from watching the beloved elder bro, Pashai, out of his YouTube channel is GMS Assyrians DMV. So subscribe and be edified. It says, mother of three who loved to sing and write poetry, shot and killed by ICE in Minneapolis. Yeah, that's her name, Renee Nicole Good. As you can see, she has the looks of an Edomite. And so, as you can see, if Edomites are getting gunned down in the street by ICE, then you know nobody is safe. Especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who ICE is for in the first place. Let me read a little bit of this. It says, the woman shot and killed by an immigration and customs enforcement agent in Minneapolis was a loving mother, a poet, and a partner whose family, along with neighbors across her stunned city and strangers far beyond, is shocked by the circumstances surrounding her death. It says, Renee Nicole Good, a 37-year-old U.S. citizen, was killed when an ICE agent shot into her vehicle during an encounter Wednesday morning. And from what I understand, she was told to get out of the car, and she didn't comply. When I was told, she tried to drive off, and I believe she hit one of the officers in the leg with the car. You know, so, officer retaliated and dumped, and from what I understand, she shot 3 in her face. You know, you can't be doing whatever you want to do. Like, we know that Esau coming down with great wrath, the devil coming down with great wrath. But these people out here, especially these Edomites, especially these females, these fefales, they feel like they could do whatever they want and get away with it. And those days are over, as you can see. Give a couple of precepts. This is the book of Romans chapter 13, verse 1. You see the subheading? It says, be subject to government in the NLT. Respect for authority. Let me read that in the NLT. It says, everyone must submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from the Most High, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by the Most High. So anyone who rebels against authority is rebelling against what the Most High has instituted, and they will be punished. That's exactly what you saw with that lady. You know, it tells you in the book of Matthew, the 5th chapter, to agree with thy adversary quickly. All she had to do was comply. And that's easy, it's easier said than done. But she didn't have to, try to run over the cops. Because from what I understand, she tried to run them over. And that's why they shot into her vehicle. This is just a this is a great time to be alive to watch the downfall of your enemy, Esau Edom. And you gotta do is sit back and continue to serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua and see what the Lord got in store for these people, these heathens. The book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 1 and 2, and it reads, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Yeah, the heart of these people are going to melt because of what's going on in the world. They're getting, troubles are coming to them at all sides. Crime is at an all-time high. Job loss is at an all-time high. Homelessness is at an all-time high. Theft, robbery, murder, death, kill, and it's only going up from here. Verse 2, and it reads, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And the Egyptians are your modern day Egyptians are the Americans. And specifically those Edomites. So it's going to be Edomite against Edomite. And they shall fight everyone against his neighbor. So like everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. That's exactly what you're seeing. Just recently, I believe there was an incident in Portland where 2 people got shot by ICE, and then there was a funeral shooting in Utah. Not to mention the natural disasters, the hurricanes, the flooding, the typhoons, the earthquakes. You know, that's happening all over the earth. We are in some catastrophic biblical times. It's the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15 and 16. And it reads, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." To read it in the NLT. It says, "So be careful how you live. Do not live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days." You see? So don't turn up, drink a lot, and go to the club. No, you should go to work, take your ass to work. If you got a job, take your ass to work and go home. Go straight home. Or pick you up some yayan or some liquor or whatever, and then take your ass right in the crib. Because like it tells you in 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, 8th verse, it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." You see? So that's how you got to be circumspect and redeem the time, because the days are evil. You know? Lord's will, you was edified. Till next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.